Venue today in Christchurch, the Garden City. Game 3 in the 6-match series between New Zealand and Pakistan. And the city that rebuilds has got an interesting skyline today because the weather has been inclement. It hasn't been brilliant, it's fair to say, but in the last couple of hours it has cleared up. And the good news is this game will start on time.
Yeah, quite blustery out here in the middle, and also there was a lot of arm-in-arring over the colour of the pitch, so we're going to find out what's going to happen in the toss. I think I could guess anyway. Shahid Afridi is here, as is Ross Taylor, stepping in for Daniel Vittori for this match. Captain the Black Caps, and Alan Hurst is our match referee. Rightio.
Hey. It's called Into New Zealand.
You won the toss, and I reckon you said you're going to have a bowl.
Well, when I first turned up, it was the same colour as the outfield. So, no, it has changed a bit of colour over the last hour and a bit, but I think there still should be a little bit in there early on.
So who misses out of your squad of 12? And did you change your decision when you saw the surface?
Yeah, I've never seen a wicket that colour at a couple of hours before the match. But, no, it was an easier decision, obviously, with the colour of the wicket. And Luke Woodcock comes in to make his debut, as well as Kane Williamson and Kyle Mills.
So Nathan McCullum misses out?
Yes.
OK, so a great opportunity for Woodcock.
Yeah, I think, as I said an hour ago, it looked a lot greener than that. But it looks a little bit drier than we expected, and hopefully we can utilise the early conditions, and then Woody can come into his own later on.
And you're looking for an opening ball partner for Tim Southee, who's bowling very well at the moment. So a big game for Kyle Mills. Yeah,
I think obviously Kyle Mills playing over 100-odd games has been an outstanding servant in New Zealand cricket, and we look forward to seeing Kyle bowl today with the new ball, and we'll see what happens.
Now, as captain, is it totally your call? Is this game your baby to run, or are you under sort of a set of guidelines from those who sit slightly above?
Obviously, I'm captain for this match, but the selectors want to see some players and see where they're at. So, no, I'm looking forward to leading this off.
OK, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Shahid going to bat first. I suspect that you would have wanted to have a bowl, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I think it's a good wicket for batting as well. It will be like a little bit slow, and it will really help to the spinners as well.
It's a little bit frustrating though, because you do want to prepare for subcontinent conditions, even though you expect to get maybe bowler-friendly conditions in New Zealand.
Yeah, but I think this pitch is totally a subcontinent pitch. But I think the wind is totally different, and I think they really help to the fast bowlers.
And it's a big game for your side because you just struggled to get things really happening in the first two games. One of them being a washout, and the other one was one you just want to scrub and wipe away, wouldn't you?
I think the way in the second game, my batsmen they started very positive, and this is our strength, play positive, and that I want to see my boys play with the positive attitude.
And I guess for yourself too, you want to stamp your mark as captain, and you haven't really had the opportunity to do that, as yet.
It doesn't matter. I'm still enjoying.
OK, good for you.
Thanks, man.
OK, good luck. Right, so New Zealand has won the toss. I think they're very pleased to say thank you very much and we will bowl first. But as we've learnt over the years that even when there is a bit of grass on the surface, and Dawley will tell you about that shortly, this pitch often can deceive. Unlike you, Simon, who are very stand-up, aren't you?
Thank you very much, Mark. Yes, it was very, very green when we first arrived here this morning, and it's nice to see it change. So let's take a look at the weather before we get too much further into the pitch conditions. And we are in for, hopefully, some clearing drizzle this afternoon. Mainly fine this evening, which is good news. Temperature of around about 17-degree maximum. Southwesterly winds getting a little bit stronger, but 11 kilometres per hour at the moment. The light is good and the humidity very low, as we would normally get here in Christchurch. So what about the surface?
Faces involved in this encounter today. Welcome to Christchurch, to AMI Stadium on a fine but breezy day. It's coming in from the south, which is a predominant breeze. New Zealand have won the toss and have decided to bowl first. It was a pretty green-looking surface when they started preparation about an hour and a half ago because of some pretty inclement weather, but the news is good. Play about to start. So it's Mohammad Hafiz and Ahmed Shahzad to face the music for Pakistan, followed by Yunus Khan, Misbah al-Haq, Umar Akmal and his brother Cameron, the elder brother by 8 years, Shahid Afridi and Abdur Razak. So plenty of batting there, and don't forget Umar Gul can strike it quite nicely as well. For New Zealand, all interest on how Kyle Mills will bowl with the new ball. Might be under a bit of pressure, the old boy, to try and cement himself into that playing 11 in the World Cup. Tim Southee, of course, is cemented, and Hamish Bennett breathing down his neck as well. With Luke Woodcock on debut, they are the interesting points of both these two sides. So Hafiz and Shahzad make their way out into the middle.
Bit of a challenge for these two, though. Mohammad Hafiz and Shahzad will have to get their head around how they're going to play early on, and they will have to get behind the ball. There could be a little bit of freshness about the surface. It might not be a bad one, but it should offer the bowlers something, in particular Kyle Mills. An opportunity for him. He hasn't played too much of late. He's had to sit and wait for his opportunity in this series. New Zealand looking for a new ball partner for Tim Southee, who's bowled very well. Mills has been the traditional man to take the new ball in one-day international cricket for New Zealand. Mohammad Shahzad's been in pretty good form and hitting it pretty hard. And he'll be another one that will just have to pay this surface some respect and get a feel for it. Ramiz Raja is beside me, and a challenge for Pakistan. The first thing they have to do is put the colour of the pitch out of their mind and get stuck in.
Absolutely right, Mark. Yes, take the green on the pitch out of the equation. It's going to be tough, but you've got to tough it out, especially when you're an opener. Conditions are never easy when you're facing the brand new Cherry. Even on a plastic track, it can do a fair bit. But Pakistan need to strike with their front batsmen.
Two slips in place. No surprises there. Underway. Short boundary out there too. And they'll get a couple. Probably just a wee bit straight, Mills. And the first three deliveries. Luke Woodcock making his debut today. Edge out. Straight into the breadbasket of Scott Styris. Regulation delivery, regulation edge to second slip, and Styris gobbles it.
Oh, big damage done. Ahmed Shahzad has been in wonderful form, but he's cleaned up early in the piece. Feeling for the ball outside the off stump, and as an opener you've got to be just a little bit more careful regarding the traffic on that off stump channel. They are feeling for the ball, not entirely comfortable, footwork all over the place, and he's gone early for naught in Pakistan. 2 for 1.
Whether he wants to play it and whether he wasn't going to play it, he made the right decision. Shot. Really nice stroke. That was a positive stroke. There was some conviction about that from Kamran Akmal.
He's a very fine player off the back foot, good cutter, and good player of the short ball. Lovely push off the back foot. The ball followed him, so it made him made that shot look pretty easy in the end.
He wanted to play off the back foot, he wanted to cut, and it's cost him.
It came back a long way, and he was looking for his favorite shot, the cut shot, that earned him a boundary in the last over. Came back inside edge and dislodging the bail, and that was enough for Tim Southee. Another prize scalp for the fast bowler. Pakistan struggling, 8 for 2.
Through. Well, the last ball of the over. It may not go for 4. It should be 3, and that'll annoy Mills. It really will, because he was 1 ball away from a maiden and he's coughed up 3 final ball. It really does annoy bowlers and captains. 13 for 2.
Short and late and picked up early by Hafiz. Good shot. Didn't try to hit it too hard. Good desperate fielding from New Zealand as well.
Up and over the top. That's a very nice stroke. A little bit of confidence out there now for Hafiz.
A real confidence boost. That beautiful pull shot. He was in position early, picked it up early, and away she went over mid-wicket. Have a look at this pull shot. Beautifully done. Good roll of the wrist. This pitch is not a fast one, so it allowed Hafiz to have a look at the ball. And that should lift the spirits in the dressing room as well, that boundary.
And again, this is even better. How far will this go? One bounce for 4.
Couple of poor deliveries. Maybe the wind could be a factor here, just throwing him out of rhythm. Because this is not how Saudi normally bowls. After picking up 2 early wickets, he has bowled 2 rank bat ones. And Mohammad Hafiz on both occasions have cashed in.
And that's the ball to attack too.
Showed some promise, he showed some pace. Quite surprised to see him bowling into the wind. Would have thought that was not a good idea, and it's proven that case first up. Macca short, down leg side, and pulled away nicely.
Afternoon, Simon. A real loosener from Hamish Bennett, dragged down, and I agree with you. I would have thought your fastest, bounciest bowler should be operating down breeze, using all the assistance he can get. Instead, he's bowling into a very stiff breeze here at AMI Stadium today, and if he doesn't get his length right early, he's going to be in for a bit of tap.
Well, it's Jacob Orham's job for mine. It's turned away. Had to change the fine leg has come up, so free hit coming up here. That's a no ball from Hamish Bennett. Overstepping, just striving for a little bit extra into that wind. Oh, he's miles over that back line, and then just a little bit over the front as well. So harsh, you might say, but fair. Yep, that is not full enough, and downtown for 6. Good strike.
Well, he tried to go full and straight, didn't he, Hamish Bennett? It was straight, but it just was not full enough. It was a good length, and Mohammad Hafiz opened that front leg and had a real piece of it down the ground. Looks some good touch, Hafiz. Bennett now is under the pump, just to know whether it's actually flicked the grass or hit the bottom of their fingers and bounced up. So good decision.
It's a good shot off the, almost off the front foot. Brilliant piece of timing, really, in the end, and away it goes for 4. 39 for 2 now, and a nicely timed boundary.
Well, he's in fine touch, Mohammad Hafiz. This is all about timing. Propped onto the front foot and then just stood up tall. Played it off the back foot with a straight bat. Look at that. Picked the gap beautifully, and it just kept going. Didn't slow up at all. Gupta was very quick, had no chance of running it down.